It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Okay, my friends, it's a Friday, it's the end of the week, and we've got another Masterpiece Friday episode coming at you. And I am going back to yes sooner than I normally would because I am on the Tales from Topographic Oceans train. So we are doing the Ancient Giants Under the Sun today. This is side 3 from Tales from Topographic Oceans, their landmark double album released in late 1973. So I started this journey about a year ago by listening to The Revealing Science of God, side 1, on November 5th of 2021, and it took until September, late September, 3 weeks ago today to be exact, until I got to side 2, which was the Remembering, and I really enjoyed that one. And so I didn't want to be taking that long a period of time before I got to side 3. So today is the day, and I am happy that you are joining me for this episode. So as we have discussed previously about this particular album, John Anderson was caught up in the writings of Paramahansa Yogananda, and that writing by Yogananda was outlining 4 distinct bodies of Hindu texts named Shastras, and these are treatises that relate to and cover all aspects of religious and social life, and it reveals profound truths amid detailed symbolism. So as I get ready for this one, I have gone back and re-listened to side 1 and side 2, so I'm caught up and I'm ready to go, y'all. But I have been told that this side is the most, aggressive of the 4. Steve Howe referred to this side as electronic mayhem, turning into acoustic simplicity. Now, that is something that I am interested in listening to. So we've got John Anderson on lead vocals, harp, and percussion, Steve Howe on guitars and backing vocals, Chris Squire on bass and backing vocals, Rick Wakeman's on the keyboards, and Alan White is on the drums and percussion. And for this particular episode, I am relying on the Steven Wilson remix of this classic album. So let's get it, y'all. It's a pretty long track. Actually, they're all side-long tracks. There's 4 sides, and each side has 1 side-long song. And this one, though, I think is the shortest of the 4, but it still clocks in at a little over 18 minutes. So let's listen to The Ancient Giants Under the Sun from Yes. Here we go. Gong. Non-pitched instruments a lot here at the beginning, and off they go. That sounds like a xylophone, but I think it's a mellotron playing a xylophone patch, and Chris is playing the bass. They keep coming back to a low D, a D. So I think they're in D, like minor. I think that's outlining kind of a D minor. Where did that go? I think it went up a tritone. Yeah. I think they just took what they were doing and moved it from a D minor 7 area and moved it to G sharp minor. I know the guitar's going and the bass is going, but I keep listening to all the backing stuff and the percussion and the keyboard. Boy, this is a lot different than the Remembering. Sounds like the same musicians, but boy, they're playing really experimental music on rock band instruments. It sounds like 4. That sounds like E minor to me. Their pacing is so good, y'all. Wow, listen to that. Down a whole step. Down another whole step. Sounds like Chris is trying to start his bass. Like me starting my old lawnmower. The back. Turns minor. As one with the knowledge and magic of the source, attuned to the majesty of the earth, they marched as one with the earth. That's a hopeful lyric. Sounds like a G. Up a step. It's amazing. Huh. Never heard anything like this. Soft synth lead here. Sort of 7th chord, but there's debris in that. I think it went up from G to A. Up a half step. Down by half step. Up by half step. They're going back and forth between B flat and A. And the G. Hear a lot of mellotron in this ear on the strings. Different section. Six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. the little words that he's saying through here, I think are all references to the sun in different languages. The form of this is beyond me. It feels like it's kind of a complete narrative. Beautiful. Mellotron in this ear, guitar in this ear. Sounds very mantra-esque, though, you know? And the opening almost reminded me of a gamelan. Alan's got such a deftness to his playing, doesn't he? It's so beautiful and complementary to what's going on. A true percussionist. Really great. It's a little hard to follow, honestly. It's just going and going and going. It's hard to know where you've been and where you're going, right? You're just along for the ride. Neat harmonic shifts to percussion right there. 7. They're still in that 7 pattern. Weird. It's just odd. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. It's like, where are you going? And can I have a copy of the map, please? Like going in search of something, but you're feeling grounded and stationary at the same time. It's a neat dichotomy. There he's starting his lawnmower again. It's settling down. Interesting. Very Eastern, isn't it? This is listed as part 2, Giants Under the Sun, with these these lyrics? Ah, Ken. I think that's another reference to the sun. And it goes to acoustic, just like Steve told us it would. That this acoustic section is known as Leaves of Green, and I think that's in the lyric that's about to come up as well. Do the leaves of green stay greener through the autumn? Does the color of the sun turn crimson white? Does a shadow come between us in the winter? Is the movement really light? Big questions, John. Spaciousness.
Do the leaves of green stay greener through the autumn? Does the color of the sun turn crimson white? Does a shadow come between us in the winter? Is the movement really light? And I heard a million voices singing.
Move down a step. Okay, they got back. Okay. Mellotron up there. Doing the exact right thing.
Where does reason stop and killing just take over? Does a lamb cry out before we shoot it dead?
A lot of questions.
More than comfort, understanding is the movement in the head. And I heard a million voices singing.
Million voices singing. Acting to the story that they had heard about. Oh, that sounds like A. Love the guitar, y'all. Steve's an absolute master. They're all at the top of their game here, you know? cheeky percussion pattern. And a reminder from earlier, I think they're going to lift off and go back to their native planet. That's amazing. You know, the voicings in that. Not just the chords and the music and the melodies and everything. The voicings, the arrangement of that song is is breathtaking. It really is. Astute, every bit as nuanced and planned and brilliant as some of the best classical composers, as far as I'm concerned. You have kind of layers to your pieces, right? You have what I think of a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. The foreground's going to be, you know, what you want to really be at the surface, the melodies that you hear, the interaction of the instruments, the voices, that sort of thing. The middle ground is going to be kind of the harmonic underpinning, the slower moving harmonies that don't move as fast as the foreground, but they're keeping up. And then the background is kind of the palette for all of those things to fit inside. It's the world in which the foreground and the middle ground reside, and they've got every bit of that working in their favor in a piece like this. I don't know what else to say about it, y'all. It's really fascinating. And it's completely different than the first two sides. I almost want to go on to side 4 right now, but we're going to wait and do that as soon as I can, but it'll probably be next month. These guys confound me and thrill me at the same time as a musician. That's why I keep coming back to them. I keep trying to figure them out, you know, and I've been enthralled with their music ever since I started doing this channel. And it's really fascinating to see how a piece like this comes together. They're talking about ancient writings. I think it goes back all the way to Sanskrit, really, and how they're taking symbolism and allegory and trying to reveal fundamental truths about ourselves, about humanity, about our environment, the world around us. And I think when we get to the core of pretty much any religion, that's really what we're trying to do, is use allegory and mythology and sort of stories and ideals and points that are kind of beyond ourselves to try to draw attention to how we're all the same and how we react to each other. In the first little bit here, he's got Sol and Thup and Sun and Ilios and Neithit and Aken and Saule. And I can't even pronounce all these, but I think all of them are references to the sun or sort of explanations about the sun itself. And then we get to giants under the sun, and it slows us down, and we get that beautiful acoustic section, and all we're left with after, so there's an intro to Giants Under the Sun, and it says, so the flowering creativity of life wove its web face to face with the shallow, and their gods sought out and conquered Aken, the sun, I think. And then it says instrumental break, and then a whole bunch of other stuff, and most of it is questions, right? So when we are seeking enlightenment, we're seeking answers, there's a bunch of questions. And John has some really fascinating questions here. Does one child know the secret and can say it, or does it all come out along without you? I need to listen again and ponder this one. Fascinating music, y'all. This has been quite fun. You know, they're at the top of their game. You know, they did Close to the Edge the year before. right? Like close to the edge. And they're out touring, supporting that album, and John gets a hold of this writing, and he's just working it, and he's really caught up in it, and he's like, this has got to be what we do next. And as I recall from my read-ins from past episodes on this album, he had to it took some convincing with him. I think Steve was on board, but it took convincing with the rest of the band to get them on board with it. And I think in the end, it's what Rick. This would be his last album for a while with Yes, and so it's just, I think, just kind of a parting of artistic visions. But boy, while they were here and making this album, I can't wait to get to side 4 and then understand that, and then go back and just listen to all 4 sides and see in one sitting and see what I can come up with. That would be quite the odyssey. But not today. I think that's all for today, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday. This has been the Ancient Giants Under the Sun from Yes, side 3 from Tales from Topographic Oceans, their landmark double album released in late 1973. Thanks for being with me this week. We got more coming up next week for all of you guys. We thank you for your support, and we will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.